I'm at my mom's house, and I thought that I would ask her some questions to see. Let's see what she knows about autism, and let's get her answers. And maybe she can give us some insight into what, as a mother, what it was like raising me.
Hi, Precious. You come join us? Come on. Let's show everybody your pretty face.
So this is my mom. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi.
So first start with, how long have you known me?
Well, how old are you?
Ooh, 49.
That's how long I've known her, that plus 9 months.
All right, so I had a few questions I wanted to ask you, and I wrote them down.
Good.
All right, so my first question I want to know is, I want to ask you, what is autism?
Um, Good question. I'm not sure. Can you explain it to me?
What do you understand autism being? If you're just thinking out loud, what is autism, do you think?
Being, well, it's being different from other children. If we're talking about children or adults, your mind just processes things differently,
Mm-hmm.
and and a lot of autistic children are really smart. I've read that they are really smart, but they just don't relate to things as other children or other people do. They feel different. And can you add to that to enlighten?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot of issues with social understanding the social
A
dynamics
lot of
of
social
relationships.
issues.
Yeah. So understanding, how to behave around others. I think in childhood, you probably saw a lot of my mimicking others, or just how other friends were. I would be like them, dress like them, act like them. It felt like a lot of that was just getting by the best I could through mimicking others.
Were you trying to be popular?
Um, I don't wouldn't say I ever cared to be popular. I just wanted to be liked.
Okay.
Just wanted to be liked. So after I told you about my diagnosis, what was your first thoughts?
Well, it explained a lot of your the way you dealt with certain things when you were growing up as a child,
Mm-hmm.
and even as excuse me, even after as an adult, it just made things kind of come in clearer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why
Like, for instance, can you think of one situation?
just like when you would have a party,
Mm-hmm.
and one time we had a party, and I invited all of your friends to stay the night, and you told me the next day that that made you uncomfortable, that you were better one on one.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have minded had you had just one friend stay over that night, but when I recommended several friends stay over, you didn't feel like you fit in with the group. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't relate to a group of girls having a spend the night party.
Right. That makes sense. Would you say as a kid I was always doing something,
Oh,
always staying busy?
constantly, and very creative. I think that is why you're so creative today. You were constantly staying busy. You always had to have something to do. You were always the one that wanted to be over everything with the other kids. But like
Mm-hmm.
I said, you didn't want them to
Bossy.
stay. You didn't want them to stay overnight. You didn't want it to continue. Uh, you know.
Would you say I was a bossy
Yes, you were.
kid?
Good way to describe it.
Yeah, had to be in control of everything. Would you say that I ever experienced meltdowns or times when I would run to my room, slam the door, and jump on the bed and just.
Yes, you did, but I thought that was normal behavior. You were my first child, so I
Yeah,
didn't have anything to compare it to. So
that makes
yes,
sense.
you did. I felt like sometimes you were too sensitive about things, and I didn't understand why you were so sensitive about them.
Right. So, what were my passions from a young child to a teenager? What things did you notice that I was just really, really, really into?
You liked fashion. You liked to draw. You liked a creative thing. Anything that was creative, you enjoyed. You had you had a few very close friends you enjoyed, but not large groups of friends generally. And that's probably.
What did I collect? Do you remember what I collected? Unicorns,
Oh yes,
horse stuff,
right. You did.
dolls, Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yes, yes. You need to post the picture of you with your 12 or 13 Cabbage Patch
Yeah.
kids lying on her bed. She really liked that. And
Blocks, Legos. I liked building things, didn't I?
Yes,
I
you
have a
did.
picture of me holding a bunch of blocks, and I liked building the environment.
Right.
Like with Barbies, I like setting up the scene. I didn't ever have like dialogue going on, but I wanted the scene set up, so I'd put them in certain
You
areas.
liked being a teacher too. Your
Mm-hmm.
grandmother was a teacher, and
Role play.
yeah, you role played what grandmother did. She enjoyed teaching, and she would teach you in the summertime when you would visit her in the summers, and you mimicked that with your dolls and your friends. So
Yeah.
you started a club out in the playhouse in the backyard. You were the one that started the club, made the
Mm-hmm.
rules,
Mm-hmm.
made all the little signs up,
Yep.
and that was you. You were very creative.
Would you say I was able to manipulate y'all into doing what I wanted you
Oh,
to?
definitely, definitely. That's a big definite.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. However, she could manipulate her father much better than she could me.
Mm-hmm. Remember the time I was going to run away on my horse if y'all didn't give me the downstairs entire room to be my bedroom?
And she got it.
Mm-hmm.
She actually got it. And I remember the time she slipped out by leaving that bedroom, getting in her car, pushing her car down the
Mm-hmm.
driveway so we wouldn't hear her crank it up. Our bedroom was right above hers.
Right. I just basically did what people asked me to do because I wanted to be liked.
Yeah, she wanted to be liked.
Yep, got me in a lot of trouble.
Remember the friend that came to your class, got you out of your class, and demanded the keys to your car? And this was the week of Thanksgiving. We had all gone on vacation and left her in a relative's care so she could attend class and
Mm-hmm.
not skip any more classes. And then we found this out later. Uh, this girl that was a troublemaker and a bully had come down and got her out of class and demanded the keys. And I don't know, did you go with her?
I know we skipped school one time
Yeah,
and,
she
and
skipped
drove to
school.
Tuscaloosa. It was not with very nice friends because I just wanted to be liked. And I thought that's what kids do. You know, if
Yeah,
they skip school, oh, that's something we're supposed to do, I thought. So I was easy to manipulate and talk into doing things because I just wanted
right.
friends.
Well, the reason I did not recognize this as autism is in my day and time, the word never came up. I had never heard of the word. I did not know what it meant. I did not know it was a thing. And I had nothing to judge her by. She was the only daughter. I grew up with a brother, and I did not grow up around a bunch of cousins or babysitting little kids. So that's all I knew. I just knew the way she acted, and uh, it was different by the time she came along. All these things had come into play. These things that children get: ADHD, autism. Um, so I didn't know how to compare her to anything, and I didn't. I wasn't aware of a lot of the things she went through.
It wasn't your fault, I don't think.
I
I
found
made it
out later.
through.
I found out later,
I graduated. I
and
made it
and
through.
it answered a whole lot of questions for me. You know why she did certain things,
Yeah,
and you can cut that out if you want to, dear.
we'll see. What do you love about me the most?
Many, many things. You are compassionate. You have a huge heart. You love old people, and I think that's wonderful. And you're very sensitive, and you're so talented. Uh, you're just really creative. You're a wonderful mother and grandmother, and a very wonderful employee. And I'm sure if I lived in a facility where you worked, I would just love you to death.
Well, for that answer, you may not end up in a facility. I appreciate your time and gonna enjoy this visit together today.
That's true. Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
If you enjoy
Content about adults with autism, please subscribe.
If you enjoy content about adults with autism, please subscribe to this channel.
Go down there and subscribe.
Right down here.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you where to go.
Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.